Hi, and welcome to the Trucking Scribe. It's Esther. Today we're going to do little illuminated hearts. We got one ornament, and then I also did a bigger one that opens up in your page and kind of fluffs out to a heart. So if you don't know what illuminated manuscript is, hang around. I'm going to tell you a little bit about it. I'm also going to link another video that I'm going to put up sometime today or tomorrow that gives you more information on the Book of Hours. I'm also working with Terry over at Sweet Pea Papers and Junk Journal Tutorials and more with the Crafty Christmas in July 24. This is her 4th year doing that. My first year working with her. We have 25 collaborators who are posting 4 videos throughout the month of July. So that is over 100 videos. And I'm sure there's going to be more because some of us are doing more videos. There were 11 designers that donated kits for this collaboration, so you'll see all kinds of different kits available for Christmas. There is a drawing at the end of August, or there's a drawing at the end of July on August 1st. To enter, you must be 18. You must also post a picture in Junk Journal Tutorials and more, or Sweet Pea Papers, or you can do both. So each post with that hashtag Crafty Christmas in July 24 is one entry. So you can post in both groups and have 2 entries. And as long as it's different photos, I believe it's also another entry. So I hope you enjoy the Bible study and the illuminated book ornament. Today we're looking at day 5, the birth of Jesus in a stable, a tale of humility and providence. So it is Luke 1 through 7, which we read last Wednesday. I'm going to read it again. At that time, the Roman Emperor Augustus decreed that a census should be taken throughout the Roman Empire. This was the first census taken when Quirinius was governor of Syria. All returned to their own ancestral towns for the census, and because Joseph was a descendant of King David, he had to go to Bethlehem in Judea, David's ancient home. He traveled there from the village of Nazareth in Galilee. He took with him Mary, to whom he was engaged, who was now expecting a child. And while they were there, the time came for her baby to be born. She gave birth to her firstborn son. She wrapped him in snugly strips of cloth and laid him in a manger because there was no lodging available for them. So last Wednesday we talked about Luke 1 through 7. We talked about Mary and Joseph traveling to Bethlehem, the 90-mile trip that they took, with Mary being like probably 7-8 months pregnant, riding on a donkey, and how much of an ordeal that must have been for her. So today we're talking about the same passage. In the heart of the Christmas story, nestled amidst tales of faith, prophecy, and miracles, lies a simple yet profound narrative: the birth of Jesus in a stable. This episode, often depicted in countless nativity scenes worldwide, carries much meaning and significance. During the Roman census, Mary and Joseph, unable to find lodging in the bustling town of Bethlehem, found shelter in a humble stable. It was here, surrounded by farm animals and bathed in the soft glow of a starry night, that Jesus, the world's Savior, was born. The circumstances of Jesus' birth were far from what one might expect for the birth of a king. Born in a stable, cradled in a manger, his first breaths were taken amidst the humble and lowly. There was no grand palaces or luxuries, only the simplicity of a rustic shelter. This humble beginning reflects the nature of Jesus' ministry on earth and his teaching of humility, love, and service. The birth of Jesus in a stable also underscores God's providence and sovereignty. Despite the unconventional circumstances, everything unfolded as it was meant to be. It was a clear reminder that God's plans are not dependent on human conditions or conventions. He can bring about his divine purposes anywhere, even in a humble stable. So you have Jesus in the manger, in the little trough, and Mary and Joseph, and then you see the little cow back there. So I didn't do much writing today. Furthermore, the birth of Jesus in a stable reveals Jesus' accessibility to all. So if you were born lower status, lower class people, and you weren't allowed to even see the king, talk to the king, or nothing. But with Jesus being born in a stable, he was born a king at the lowest level of humanity, and he was born for us. Being born in such humble circumstances, Jesus became relatable to every class and every individual, regardless of status or wealth. It was a powerful message that the love and grace of God are available to everyone, not just the privileged or the elite. The birth of Jesus in a stable is a pivotal part of the Christmas story. I would like you to reflect on this narrative, remind us of Jesus' humility, God's sovereignty, and inclusive love. As we celebrate Christmas, let us strive to cultivate these values in our lives, spreading the love and message of Jesus, born in a humble stable, to all around us. And here again is Jesus. So today we're going to work with the Illuminated Hearts, and this is the one that I put in my journal. So I just kind of wanted to show you, we've got this size, and we've got this bigger size, and we're going to make both of them. While I'm here, I wanted to go back to my calendar because I'm actually using a calendar. It just flips out. So today is right here, the birth of Jesus in a stable. I gave free digitals out yesterday. We did a folio glue book, which is this. So if you want to go and make one, and I even give an example of starting the first page, so you can use this as a glue book or a notebook, or both. And let's see, tomorrow is slow stitch. I'm probably going to work on the violet topper. And then Wednesday we have shepherds and angels, a divine announcement. So we're moving on from Luke 1 through 7, and we're going to do 8 through 21. I have really enjoyed this little Bible study. I hope that you have. This is working out really good for me. We're fixing to start the ephemera and pockets. Well, we're starting it today. So I will be adding more to my personal journal like this. That is just so cool. And if you lay it down, it just goes right in there. So now to the Illuminated book page. So the Jesusinjuly creative team is Deb, Samantha, Christina, Sandra, Rhonda, Jeanette, and myself. We will be looking for this hashtag Jesusinjuly24 on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. So what we're wanting is for people to post pictures that remind them of Christmas, of Jesus and Jesus's birth. So it could be anything from cooking, songs, crafting, pictures of Christmas trees, past pictures, stories, all kinds of stuff. Just make sure that it has hashtag Jesusinjuly24, because at the end of the month we're going to have a drawing. We're going to have some giveaways. So I'm really excited about that. I've already found some on all three sites. So we have Jerry over on Instagram. She has posted a Christmas Jesusinjuly24. On YouTube, we have several people. Some of them are my creative team, but one in particular that has not been on my creative team but is in the open collaboration is Miss Pat over at Crafty with Pat and More. So this is an open collaboration. The Jesusinjuly24 is open, so anybody can join. Just put that hashtag on there. So Emma Parrish designed these, and they go really pretty as ornaments. So I've cut out a lot over here, the big ones, the little ones. What this is from a Bible, different Bibles, because here's Jesus and the manger, and up here is angels. In the sides, there's pretty little paintings in gold. So then this one is also Jesus and the angels up here, and it's from a different book. They're just beautiful. This is another depiction of Jesus in the manger, so you can see the different perspectives, of Jesus in the manger. And then this one is those two. So I did get a little bit of history for us. I have a couple of books. I'll show you a few pages. So this is the Lidington Missal. It's still in Westminster Abbey. It was from 1383 to 84. You can see this beautiful handwriting. It's Latin. The ornamentation around the edges, there would have been gold on here. So the scribes are the people who came in and wrote, and that is where I got the trucking scribe. The part of the scribe was that I like to write and try to do fancy writing. So anyway, so these were done on parchment paper, which is animal skin. Then later on, when the printing press was invented, they started printing with it so that, you could make duplicates and you didn't have to sit there and do this all the time. But here, a scribe cannot write without ink. Miniatures of St. John recording the book of Revelations. This example is a ruined book of hours of about 1480, sometimes illustrate the legend that the devil tried to steal the evangelist's portable ink pot and pen case to prevent him from writing this last book of the Bible. So you see, here's the devil. You got some crazy little animals down here, a man with legs, animal legs. There's some kind of a monster there. They're all trying to get John's paper and his ink. Over here is another part of the Book of Hours. St. Mark is seated at his sloping desk and sharpening his pen by pulling the knife towards him. This is a great book. This one is the Bible Illuminated, so it gives you like the Book of Duro. And you can see all this beautiful writing. Here's another one. This would have had gold leaf around it. This is apostles writing the creed on this side. So here's the gold writing. So a saucer, which we will be talking about next month, and we talked about this past Friday on Psalms, is a book of hymns. So these are Bibles, they're hymns, they are Book of Hours. So what I'm going to do with these, and I tried to cut them all out before we got here, I'm going to make some page ornaments. So I'm just going to fold these in half. Yep, my hearts are a little crooked, but that's okay. We can work with this. I started to ink them first, but then I decided no, I would just go ahead and do this. So I'm going to fold these in half. You can see they're not particularly straight cuts, but I cut them by hand. You can color the back if you want to, but what I'm fixing to do is actually glue these together so that it will fan out in the middle of a journal. So we're working on ephemera for our Jesusinjuly journal. There's Jesus, there's the manger and Mary. So right here, there's just all kinds of pictures that are shown. So some of the information I got was that manuscripts were written by hand in the 11th and 12th century. Most were made in monasteries. So at that point, the regular people, the people that worked on the farms and the lower class people, they didn't even know how to read. They would have to go to church, and the father or the deacon, the bishop, would read the Book of Hours to them. So private ownership at this point was very limited. Around the 1100s, the monasteries started hiring secular scribes, which mean that they were hiring people that weren't monks to come in and write, and illuminators. So the scribes did the lettering, the illuminators did the that's so crooked. The illuminator did the drawings, like the painting part of it. And this was one book at a time. Some depending on how skilled they were or how fast they were, could do a book of hours in a week. Others, and a book of hours is more like a shorter version of devotions performed at the 8 canonical hours. So it's like a book of hymns. The Catholics would pray 8 times during the month, during the day. I will try and find some more information on that, because right off the top of my head I don't remember what they were, but I can get it for us. So as people wanted to own their own books and started to read and write, or even the upper class work, they would keep these as a way of showing status. If you had a book like this that was illuminated, handwritten, it cost a lot of money. It took a lot of time. So they would just have a maid commissioned to one by one, and people would go into the bookstores around the 12th through the 15th century, and they were becoming more and more common. So the people would go and they would commission each book, and it could take them anywhere from a week, couple of weeks, months to years to get these done. So you can imagine if you were writing the whole Bible by hand, even today's standards, it would take a long time to write without doing the fancy writing and the illuminating, which I'm sure for them that the writing was easier. Just like if they were trying to do our writing this that we do now, they would be, this is crazy. But I thought these were just perfect for our Jesusinjuly, and we could do them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take them. And actually, I know that there are some, they're duplicates, so I'm going to sort them out. That's because I made quite a few copies, so I'd have extra. I'm going to take, these are the smaller ones, they're the same thing. What I'm going to do, this is going to go in my Jesusinjuly book over here for my journal. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take them, each one, So we got 6 different ones is what I'm counting. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to glue them together. So I'm going to take the one and I'm going to glue right here around it, around the top. And then I'm going to put another one right there. So then I'm going to open, and you can see I'm off, so I'm going to have to trim that up when I get somewhere. Let's see, I'm going to go ahead and trim now. I don't know why it's off that much, but if I wait, I may not be able to trim the rest of it. So then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to glue it. So I have hearts in my other kit, the Christmas, the bright pastels kit. In this one, you could take those stars and do the same thing and make one that would go in there. So I'm just putting glue on them, and you can make these as full or as small as you want. And now you can see the white edges where I didn't get them cut quite right. But I like that because it lends to the handmade look of this. And you can see, well, this one ain't quite as much. I'm just doing down the middle and around some of this white that's so bright. Kind of help it. And then you can see, like right here, there's some white that's really showing up. But if you look down through here, I just distressed that really well. There's one that was a lot more pronounced. Yep. See right here, you can see it. I just distressed it. I was like, no, I'm not going to cut that off because then I'll have to cut the rest of it. And this is handmade. So one thing I would like to do, if I can find it in here. So I got this at Michael's a while back. It needs shaking good. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to set it in my trash can so I don't get so much everywhere. And I'm just spraying. So you can see the gold on it. Some places are more than others. I'm going to go let this dry real quick while we're doing this. So this one I'm going to do a little different, and I am just putting them on here. So I may have doubles and who knows. But I'm wanting it to be random, kind of. So once you get these cut out, they're pretty quick to put together. Just figure out what I'm going to do about trimming it, if I want to trim it, or do I just want to leave it like this? Is kind of I'm taking all of these little hearts. I'm going to stick that there too because I think I'm going to just trim them all. So let's see if I can do it. So this could be put in a book like we are doing with the other ones, or so this one I think I'm going to make it into a ornament. You have that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue in this so I can get enough in there. And I'm taking it and kind of folding it to where it will go back on itself. I want this kind at the top. So I'm going to put more glue here so we can glue it up good. It's not heavy, but and then what I need to do is trim that little bit off to make it round. Since I'm cutting crazy these days. And now let it dry some and it will fan out beautifully to hang on your tree. So that one turned out really good. So this is one of the Jesusinjuly journals I'm working on. I'll put this in here, and you can see the gold. I don't know if you can see it, but there are gold spots all over. I've got gold everywhere. So I'm going to find a place in here that I think I want this to go. So it could go on something like this, but I want to keep my pages, so I'm probably going to do it in here somewhere where it just opens up in the page when you open it up. Like that. And put some glue around this side. And I just picked a page, no particular page. So you can put lace and stuff on this. I think it's just pretty just the way it is. When you do that second part of it, you need to kind of, before it gets stuck all the way down, is flip your pages to make sure they're going to be able to flip without too much stress on that side. So we made the ornament. We can put on the tree. It's really pretty. Just use all those little pieces, all those little hearts. And like I said, you can do that with any of the hearts. I like this. It's not too much. But then you open it and you have, I think I would put more on there though. And I probably can't get it off. No. So I'm going to put some more glue under here and just hold that down. But yeah, I like this, the way it opens. But I do think, let me see, if I put one in again, I might do more. But then what happens is it makes your page bulky in that area. And you can squish it down. And actually it could go in here in one of these little pockets just to store it. I don't think I have any pockets in here yet. Nope, we haven't made any. That just turned out beautiful. So I hope you enjoyed the video. It'd be great if you left me some comments. Let me know what you think about Illuminated Manuscripts. If you'd like to learn more and have more information about it, I'd be happy to do another video and give you some more information. I hope that you'll go over and check out Emma's shop. She's got a lot of stuff in there. It was $418 last week, so I don't know what she's got today, but these are in there. I'll link it below. I hope that you will join us in our Jesusinjuly 24 collaboration. This is an open collaboration. It is anything to do with Christmas and the birth of Jesus. You can put this hashtag. That will put you in the drawing at the end of the month. So thank you and have a great day.